Hello, everybody, and welcome to Fat Guy Productions. I am Paul, coming to you as always from beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada. And here I am today in front of my beautiful new house, and I'm going to show it to you. So, first, let me explain to you how this is going to work. This can be three parts, all right? We're going to start with a general show off of the new house. Then, in part two, the part you're all going to be waiting for, I'm going to take you on a tour as we go through the office and the studio. And then finally, I'm going to wrap it all up in part three where I do a review of our builder, Lennar. So with no more ado, let's take a look at my new Pioneer model house made by Lennar. A big thing today is the edge of Las Vegas. People talk about it a lot. And when we bought our first house, we were literally on the edge of Las Vegas. In fact, the street ended at our property and had a chain link fence, other side of which was the edge of Las Vegas. Now we move, and when we moved, we were no longer the edge. Well, here we are now in the new house. You see it right there in the middle. And now here to the left of it, we've got a second house, and then a third house. And if you go past that, you have the little cross street. And then you've got just one more house. And over their backyard wall, we find the edge of Las Vegas. It's kind of funny how we went from being literally the edge of Las Vegas to being just 4 houses away from the edge of Las Vegas. Because when we moved out of Shadow Oak, we were right in the thick of things, I gotta tell you. Anyhow, here is our home. It is wonderful, and look at that curb appeal. And that's how it comes. The front landscaping is done, the paver driveway, the whole 9 yards. You see here they still have 2 streets to build behind us. And see, that's a pretty good lot size. It's a pretty good lot size, and it allows you to have a nice little oasis in your backyard. All right, so let me tell you a little bit about the house itself. Now, this is the Pioneer model from Lennar. And it's here in Las Vegas, of course, and it's in a small community, one of their smaller communities, I would say, that was done in 2 phases. The first phase was Avery Landing, and that was sold out by the time we started looking. This is in the second phase, which is Avery Pointe. It's a small community of all single-story homes. We're right at the foot of the mountain. It's really a very nice, quiet little area, and we couldn't be happier about being out here. As I said, this is the Pioneer. Now, in Avery Pointe, they had 3 models. They had the Pioneer, they had the Evan, and they had the Antoinette. And I'm not going to go into all the goods and the negatives of the Evan and the Antoinette, because there's plenty. And I got to be honest, the toughest thing was deciding which of the 3 models we actually wanted. I'm going to focus just on the Pioneer. It's a single story. It's about 2,700 square feet. It's a 4-bedroom, 3-bath, 3-car garage house. And in Avery Pointe, the homes have 3 different elevations as far as options. So you get a lot of variety between this. Honestly, that's 3 houses, 3 elevations each. You get a lot of variety on your street. You don't see the same thing every house. There's a lot of difference. Why did we pick Lennar? Well, I'm going to be honest. A long time ago, I heard about the next-gen suites, and they really caught my interest. So they were a natural when we started house hunting to look at Lennar. Now, we did look at plenty of other houses, and that's where we got a lot of the ideas for the feature wall and stuff like that, and all the different things. So we did our due diligence, but this is something that we really, really liked, and this is where we landed. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at the backyard first. Let's go back there. Now, what you're going to see here, you see all the pavers, right? They are included up to a point, all right? And as you can see, we're still not completely settled. The pavers would end right here, okay? So we had to have a landscaper come and do the rest of the pavers that we wanted, and took us all the way to the backyard, and we had him do the stone over here. And then we had the landscaper come and do the backyard. Now this is the design I did in Adobe Illustrator so that we could get an idea of what we wanted to do, and then I just got a hold of my landscaper, and he came in and turned it from paper into reality. And so yeah, we've got a nice little cabana with a fire pit. We've got Reggie's she shed, place for the kids to play, and then we also put in this dog run over here. We had the remodeler come in and put in that dog door, and then that leads over here to the dog run. Okay, so let's go ahead and head back out to the front. But yeah, we actually we had them trench for electrical, and then we had an electrician come out and run electric into the she shed. So there's a couple outlets, there's lights, and there's an outlet on the back, and then we got a portable air conditioner for it. And yeah, you see the wall in the back, see how ginormous it is? That's because of the elevation out here. Everything is so sloped that it's not like that on the backside. On the backside, where the other yard over on the other side of the wall, it's like a normal height. But on our side, it's really, really steep. Now, these are the windows for the next gen suite, and you see we've got the private entrance, and it's even got its own doorbell. You know, it's got its own little palapa, and you know, there's a garage access. It's buried behind all the IKEA stuff, but that's what that is all for. All right, then we're gonna replace this gate with something much nicer, because it's kind of, it's really and we also want to do something with the garbage cans, but we haven't figured out quite what yet. But 3-car garage, lighted, stack stone. And it's funny that this is the only front-facing window is right there. Yeah, that's kind of unusual to me, but hey. So here is one of the biggest selling features of the house for me, and that is this double door entryway. Now why? Why is that such a big deal for me? Well, I'll tell you. First of all, it makes moving in, moving out, doing whatever you got to do so much simpler, okay? Because you've got these big double doors that open up. But look behind me. This is a big deal here, okay? When you have just the one door and this little narrow entry, it doesn't feel very inviting to me. So this opens up this whole area, and it makes it feel that much more welcoming for people who might be coming over, all because you have the double door. So yeah, it was honestly, it was a really big selling point for Reggie and I. So anyhow, let's go on inside and take a look. Okay, so here's the other part to the door, and I'm gonna show you. Let me just spin around here real quickly. Okay, so you have the double door, and with the double door, you get a double wide entry hallway. And I think it's fabulous because it's a statement. It allows you to say hello to your guests and say, this is our house and this is who we are. And it's just fabulous. It really brings the entry into focus, and it allows you to do so much with it. I just love it. Not sure why she's complaining, but anyhow, so let's go back over here by the door. And when you come in the door, okay, so you got the nice big entryway, and off to the right you have access to the secondary bedrooms. We'll come back to those. Okay, so now if you come on over here around this corner, this is the entryway to the laundry room and over here to the next gen suite. Now we're not going to go into the next gen suite today because we're saving that for later. That'll be in a whole nother video so we can take more time with it, but we will take a quick look at the laundry room. All right, there's the laundry room. You've got the washer dryer. Okay. Now this is something that I really am in love with, and you might think it's stupid. It's the structured media cabinet, and this is where you put all your connected stuff. Okay, I had never even seen one of these before, and yeah, it gives you a place to put everything and keep everything structured and organized and neat, and I just love it to death. A really great thing. The only complaint I have is I wish there was a bigger one here, or maybe a second one or something like that. That would have been a nice touch. But this is the laundry room, and then of course you got garage access, and you saw the garage when I did the video on the floor coatings, so we're not going to go in there. And this hallway is filled with because it's leading to my areas, it's filled with all of my stuff. So we have that. But then here it is. This is what really sold us on this house, is the great room. Okay, you've got the living room and the dining room and the kitchen all in one. It's really wonderful. You have this big, massive wall over here. And I'll talk more about that in a second. And then you come over here, you've got a nice dining room and the big slider out to the backyard. Yeah, it's really nice. And I'll tell you what, I like that it's one big square, okay? When we moved in, you'll see here in the kitchen, we have this big island, okay? And when we moved in, I thought to myself, we don't even need a dining room table because we have this nice big island where we can sit and eat at. Now, Reggie said no, she wanted a dining room table, and she was right. She was absolutely right, because this is such a big table. It's the biggest table we could find, and it fits very nicely over here, and our whole family can fit and sit here together for a nice holiday meal or something like that. But if that's not your thing and that's not your lifestyle, this could all be one big giant room, because you have this island where you can sit and eat. So you've got the island, and it's got the cabinets down below, and you come around here, and the house was wired with Cat 6 Ethernet, so we've got the alarm system set up over here. But yeah, it's fabulous, and you know, we've got the soft close cabinets and the dovetail construction on the drawers with the soft close. Love this. Love this, love this, love this. Now, I told you I'd talk to you more about this wall here. It was this big white barren canvas. And when we were looking for a house, we saw one house that had library bookshelves, and we saw another house that had the stacked stone media wall. And so we combined the two. And what I did is I went through and I found all the stuff that we needed, and I did a mock-up in Photoshop. And here's the Photoshop mock-up, and here's what we actually came up with. And you see, I kind of really nailed it, and it worked out so great. And it's just it's such a feature to the house, and it's just so comfortable in here at night, and being able to enjoy this little area. And then coupled with the giant couch, and that's what I'm saying is this giant room was so important to us. In the old house, the whole family couldn't sit together and be comfortable. Well, now with all this room and this giant sofa set, we have plenty of room for everybody to sit in here. All right, let's go ahead and go through here. This little alcove, nice little place to do some little features, and what we did is we turned it into like a little travel thing. So this is like a travel thing for us, and it talks about all our wandering. So we really made good use out of that. And then you curve around here into the master bedroom, and I gotta be honest, this just all clicked. Okay, we weren't sure how all of this would fit. This is the bedroom set that I built, okay? The armoires, the nightstands, and the bed, I built all of this, and it just happened to fit perfectly where we wanted to put it. Another happy accident was if you turn around over here and you see this little nook here, this is a vintage desk from my grandmother, and it just fit perfectly right there also. So we were really hitting on all cylinders. Everything was clicking in this area. Now, when we come through here, this is not the shower that was in here, okay? We had the brand new shower ripped out and had this mega shower built, because it used to have a walk-in shower over here and a tub here, fiberglass, lower end. It just didn't suit my needs or my desires, so we paid a remodeler to come in and make this beautiful shower for us. Of course, we have the potty, one of my favorite places, and then we go over here, we've got the walk-in closet. No, the stuff inside we had to have done also, but well worth it. We've never had anything like that before, and so it was a really nice feature. His and hers vanities, of course, you know, and overall just really comfortable and happy. Everything came out the way we were hoping it would come out. It really just is working for us. All right, now let's go ahead and head over this way, and we'll look at the secondary rooms. Again, the massive entryway, which I just love. It's such a nice feature of the house. All right, if we come in here, and this is all of Reggie's turf. Okay, you've got a little coat closet here. You've got the guest bath. You see, we got a printer in here and a ladder. We're not quite done with everything we have to do, but there's the bathroom. Now this is Reggie's craft room, or her happy place. Look at this. Look at this room. Look at this. She has the advantage of this beautiful front window. I am envious of that. But man, it's got all her craft supplies, all her fun things, and all the stuff that she loves to do. You got cameras and skeletons and colorful things, and it's just a wonderful place for her. And if we come over this way and come on out across the hall, this is the Lego room. This is where all the Legos happen. And you can see it's way not done. All right, but you get the gist. You get the gist. And I'll tell you what, these bedrooms are really nice sized, giant 9-foot tall ceilings, spacious rooms. Just a really good vibe for us here. All right, so let's go ahead and go back on out here. But that really is it in a nutshell. This is our new house, minus, I didn't show you the next gen suite, which includes 1 bathroom and 1 bedroom and a living room and a little kitchenette. But yeah, so this is it. Electric fireplace, nice big TV, fun stuff. And yes, we are the kind of family who feature a big orange giant M&M guy in our living room. That's who we are. All right? That's absolutely 100% who we are. Okay, so let's go ahead and wrap this up. Look, the Pioneer. Is it the perfect house? Well, I don't know if I would say that. There are things we had to change. There are things that maybe we would change that we haven't. So, yeah, there's things that we could and would do differently. But we really like it. We're very comfortable here. I frankly couldn't be any happier. As far as the neighborhood goes, it's smaller, and I like that. It's quieter, and I like that. And we're just very comfortable and happy right now. Now, as to the build quality, we've had a couple little issues, but it's been pretty easy to contact Lennar and get somebody out here to address those few minor issues. And I'm going to tell you, in my opinion, you're going to have issues no matter where you buy, okay? These companies are building so many houses, so big, so fast, so many people involved, you're going to have issues. So you might as well just brace yourself for that. And then finally, why am I telling you about a Lennar development here in Las Vegas when more than likely, if you're watching this, you don't live in Las Vegas? Because it's Lennar. They're everywhere. And as one of the most popular models in the Lennar lineup, I guarantee you, if you look around, you're going to be able to find a Pioneer near you. So we really like it. We can recommend it wholeheartedly. And it's just a really good fit for us. Now, in the next video, I'm going to take you into the next gen suite. I know you're all anxious to see that, but because it's my office and my studio, I really want to take a lot more time and show you all the minutia of it. So I decided that would be best suited as a standalone video. And then finally, in part 3, we will do a review of our builder. All right, that's going to wrap things up for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, please give it a giant thumbs up, click subscribe, and don't forget to click the notification bell so you never miss one of my videos. If you have a Lennar home, if you have a Pioneer, if you're looking for a home and have questions, put it in the comments. We'd love to hear where you're coming from. So talk to us. Let us know what you have on your brain. All right, I'm going to go ahead and wrap things up. I hope the rest of your day is fantabulously wonderful. Go Cubs go. And until next time, this is Paul from Fat Guy Productions saying, be good.